Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is the start of the team principal announcement, and because I am so prepared, I thought I'm going to get the big thing out of the way early and get Slow Dog's name on the screen, because why not? I will be honest with you, I am about 70% prepared for tonight because I have been absolutely chaotic. It has been a hell of an off-season, but on top of that, I'm actually quite sad to say that I'm not joined tonight by my usual cohorts in Mr. Barnes for once. Obviously, he is often one of the first names that you hear when you are listening to these streams, but yeah, he's got a family bereavement that's gone on in the last sort of little while, so he's gonna probably be back in a couple of weeks' time. For the start of the season, I promise you that much. But yeah, I think it's a case of that. At this moment in time, yeah, we're just giving him that little bit of a break. So, from everyone in the team, I just want to say, Barnes, obviously, we are thinking of you. I know you're sort of in the chat and that. So, yeah, he will be back the week after draft night. However, for now, let's get on with the shenanigans of the team principal announcement. Now, I am sat here chatting to you, and I did sort of think, do I do this on my own and sit here and chat to you for, let's be honest, a couple hours? Maybe not that much, maybe an hour and a half, but I thought no. And I thought, who chats the most crap in the admin team that I can bring in? And I thought, you know what, a man who talks endlessly and actually joined me for not draft night, for the ASR a couple of weeks ago. That is none other than Mr. Stoneshuffle. So good evening, Stoneshuffle.
Good evening, how are you doing?
I love the fact that immediately 3 people replied with the word Norris.
No, unfortunately you'll have to do with Timu Norris, I'm afraid.
Timu Norris. I would say they're big shoes to fill, but to be honest, Norris is a midget, so you're probably talking like size 5s or something from him. So, I'll get another response in a minute from that. Anyway, how are we? And are we looking forward to tonight?
Yeah, I'm good, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited for the new season. See the calendar, and particularly some of these TPs that we're about to get. Could lead to some interesting decisions and choices on draft night in a week's time.
Absolutely. I have to admit, obviously, knowing in advance what I know, I think there's going to be a few good reactions over the course of the night, I think, between the team principals and also the calendar, because obviously the way that we're doing it now with the calendar is so we can prep stuff and make it a bit better, a bit more organised, so you guys can actually see some stuff about the tracks. We do the calendar in advance, only a couple of days, but it has been ratified by a couple of admins as well, which is quite nice. And you aren't aware of the calendar, are you?
No, I'm delighted to say that I haven't looked at either. I haven't actually looked at any of the slides for tonight, so I've absolutely no idea who the TP choices are or any of the tracks.
Yeah. Good
Instant reaction.
This will be fun. Just before we do get started, a couple of quick things just to go over. First of all, thank you very much to everybody who's subscribed. There's been quite a few of you. Sport Mad Narwhal was in there. I seen who else is in here? Sorry, my feed's acting up a little bit, so I can't actually see who it is. There we go. Tyler James as well, who wants his Monaco race. And thank you to MCR Gaming, who followed while, funnily enough, I was in the middle of doing my prep for tonight. So actually it popped up with a notification. I was like, what the hell? Why is it working? Because I just adjusted the notification for followers, and your name came up immediately. So thank you very much for that anyway. Yes, you were getting ready as well. Okay, so just a couple of quick bits of homework for or homework bits to go over quickly before we do get started, and then we will get on to the main show itself. So we always just start off by just confirming draft night. So yeah, I've mentioned that already, Stoneshuffle, but obviously a couple of weeks time, or sorry, not a couple of weeks time, it's next Wednesday night, it'll be a week today. We will be having the draft night, which for those who are new and do not know about the this league. Every single person who's in the league will get put into the draft and be selected by the team principals who we're announcing tonight. I'll just go into the screen and there's all your information. So the drivers are assigned by divisions before the draft. So we have a sit down party sort of either Monday or Tuesday night before the draft. We have a algorithm which basically puts all the team principals into there, and it comes out with an order over the course of the whole draft, depending on how many divisions there are, to make sure that everybody has the same average pick. So, for example, you have 8 team principals, you have 4 divisions, everyone would have an average pick of 5.5 or 4.5, something like, I can't remember the exact number because, yeah, it's been a while since I've looked at the algorithm. But divisions will be drafted from lowest to highest. So obviously, if it's 5 divisions, it'll be to 5 first. If it's 4 divisions, to 4 first, etc., etc. Team principals will only find out who is available for selection at the same time as the drivers do on stream. And any driver who does go undrafted will become a full-time free agent, eligible to be signed by a team at any point during the course of the season. So if you do not get drafted next week, do not worry. It's not the end of the world. It's just a case of go out there, prove them wrong, and then you'll get signed by somebody else. And one of the best examples I can give you of that is the guy who finished second in the Div 1 Championship last season, Kemba. He started off without getting drafted. He went 4 or 5 races without being drafted, and then Slowdog picked him up, and he won a bunch of races and got an absolute ton of points, which I think if Slowdog hadn't drafted him, he probably would have been a fight for, second and third would have been a lot closer, I reckon. But or drafted if you had selected him. So don't worry about not being drafted. Just prove your point. Go out there and kick ass, basically. I don't think there's anything else I need to mention on that, but I think without further ado, let's get on. And as confirmed already at the very start, we're going to go straight into team principles. We're going to go straight on to Slowdog. Right, Stoneshuffle, your turn to talk. What do you make of this guy?
What can you say? The man, the legend, the slowest of dogs, 76. Don't know. Yep. Good team principal. Obviously, he's been around. He's done the job a lot of times. From what I've seen over the seasons, I've seen him make really shrewd picks on drivers. I don't think you could probably ask for a better TP. I'm sure his chat is pretty supportive, and I'm sure he'd be right on it to make sure that all the drivers were aware of what they would be looking for in terms of setups and strategies and things like that. So, yeah, I think even before a single draft is made, I think he'll most certainly be in the top half, probably challenging for titles, is what I think about Slowdog.
Yeah, definitely agree on that. I think one of the more organised people in the league anyway. And yeah, I think the fact that he got second place is nothing to be frowned upon based on last season. I think obviously Alpine were just very strong across the board, weren't they? Exactly, that's it. And it was one of those drafts where things lined up perfectly for Alpine, and it happens. But I think Slowdog did well, and I think the tinkering of the team was probably the best thing for him. I think the fact we talked about he brought Kemba in to replace I think it was Gamerman Steph at the time. And he made a couple of other little sort of signings throughout the season as well, which sort of kept that team active. But yeah,
and that's the key, isn't it? Is like making those acquisitions where a driver might have not attended or something's happened and they've had to drop out. Is just being shrewd with the choices that you have during the season as well.
Correct, and it doesn't always go your way in the season, and I think McLaren's probably a great example of that, in the fact that McLaren started off bad and then we had to bring in a bunch of people to sort of turn things around. But just because the draft doesn't necessarily go well doesn't necessarily mean that your season can go bad as well. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, not least they had to take you on as a TP.
Hey,
pretty bad chat.
Hey, I'm like I'm basically walking around with like 2 hands of rings with the amount of championships and overall championships I've won. Thank you very much.
Yeah, humble brag and all that.
Listen, you're the one that called me out. I will respond appropriately. I'm like Shaq. I've got all my hands just full of rings basically because I've won that many championships. But hey.
yeah, we get it. The trophy shelf is falling off the wall. Okay.
Correct. Thank you very much, Chaz. See, there we go. The chat's backing me up already. I'll pay you later on, Chaz. Yeah. Right. Time for number 2. Next one on the list is, if I'm right in saying, I think I know which one it is. It is new team principal announcement.
Ooh.
It is Ancient Chap, or Ancient Chapstick, whatever you want to call him. Comes from my McLaren team from last season. Top guy, I'll be honest with you. For those of you who don't know, he's very active. He's constantly giving information, looking for information. He's inquisitive. He is the kind of guy you want to be a team principal. And to be honest with you, I pushed him a little bit to do this season. But I'm glad he did in the end, because I think he has the ability to be a genuinely really good team principal. Taking on a challenge, though, taking on the Red Bull, the team that was last season.
Yeah, that's no small job.
Yeah.
Well, I have to go with what you're sort of feeling on this one, because having never raced in a team with Ancient Chap or in the same division, this is a bit of an unknown one for me. So I'm looking forward to see what the newbie team principal can do here.
Absolutely. And you never know. Next season might be the season that you race with him.
Could be.
Yeah.
Low half Div 1, top half Div 2 driver if you need me. Just give me a message.
Put your CV out there right now. I'll say I've raced with him as a teammate, and I raced with him obviously in the team last season, and I genuinely can't say a bad word about the McLaren lads last season, but yeah, I know for a fact that he's got everything he needs to be a team principal, and I don't want to brag too much here with this one, but I feel like that I've sort of shown him how to do some things in the right way in terms of delivery of information and things like that. And I think people who go in for team principal on the back of a season where maybe they've got an inactive team principal as an example, are just doing it because they feel like they can do slightly better. They sometimes don't have anything to go up against. But I think Ancient's been here a while now. He can look at how I did it, how Pat did it, how other team principals have done it, and take that from other people, can't he? So
yeah, 100%.
Right. Well, I think we've gassed him up enough. I will say I do like the Red Bull car, just saying. Next team though is going to be the McLaren, and the reigning defending champion technically of the overall, Mr. Hake Chow.
Indeed, this is a big one, this one.
He has moved team and he has gone orange for this season.
It's rather unfortunate.
I mean, but I think when he's been tangoed, put it that way.
Indeed, yeah. Well, I think if anybody was going in with a little bit of pressure on them, it's probably Hake, because as you say, defending champion, and it'll be interesting to see what they can do in a follow-up season.
I think it's always difficult to retain the championship. I think that's the problem, is winning it is one thing, retaining it is so much harder, because there is that element of luck in the fact of if you get the right draft position for a start, if you get Div 1, like first pick, second pick potentially behind a Div 1 driver, you're automatically going to end up in the hunt. I think there's absolutely no doubt that guys like Harrison go very high up. And I think if you get that sort of draft position like Hake did last season, he's automatically stepped up a bit. But obviously, I'm taking nothing away from him. He obviously picked well with other divisions. He got the double in Div 2, which I called early. I was like, this pair shouldn't be together. Yeah, and he picked really well. But I think, as you say, the pressure is on to try and maintain that. But you have to back him, though, don't you? Surely.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as you say, there is an element of luck, and that's the great thing about the way the draw works on draft night. But at the end of the day, you have to have a knowledge of the drivers, and clearly with the picks last season, the knowledge was there. So you've got to expect that come draft night next week, he'll make some great choices then as well.
Definitely. Right, we do have a tiny bit of time to fill because I believe that some people have just been sent to an advert, which is quite funny. So I apologise to anyone who has. I've tried to stay them for as long as possible, but yeah, they were relentless. That's the word. So, yeah, I mean, Barnes, that's sometimes what happens. Is you can pick last. Well, it said that it was going to an advert. Right, so this could change at any minute then, Lemon. I'm just going to warn you. So we'll go into the next one now, and then it might just kick an advert in at any point. So apologies in advance. But next team we will go for is free agent team. Hicks abandoned the Alpine and nobody taken on. Simple as that. Yeah.
From champions to free agent team, how did that happen?
I know. I have no idea how nobody picked Alpine. Like, I think it's a decent car anyway. It's a nice looking car. And yeah, nobody's. There's the advert. Ad break in progress.
Yeah, so I think the engine sound is the best of any of the cars.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I'm suddenly like sat here thinking, you know, if I become a free agent, then I'm going to be over the moon because I'll be like, oh no, I have to drive the Alpine car. What a shame.
No.
Yeah. Oh no, I won't need to deal with a team principal. I can put my own tickets in and I can just drive a car that I like. Yay. Oh, I'm just waiting for these people to come back. Twitch, oh my god. So people have got adverts on the go right now. So I'll give it 15 seconds and then it's going to come to the end of the adverts. But that genuinely surprised me that nobody chose them because I think if you ask me to pick sort of an order of teams I'm selecting, I think they're like third or fourth on my list.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, just as I say, the engine note's like just one of the better ones, particularly if you switch it to the onboard sound as well. Some of them are just like real high pitched and can really grate on you while you're doing your races. So for me, that's one of the top picks.
The Sauber is like the worst one in terms of noise because it just sounds like it's, you know, someone's put gravel in a washing machine and said drive. Yeah, it's just horrible. But like, yeah, I'm surprised at that one. But you know what? It's good news for the free agent teams because guess what? You guys, if you're a free agent, you get to drive an Alpine, so it's not all bad in the world. Right, let's go into the next team now that everybody is back, and it is the Williams, and it is Lynx Adventura. Now, taking over from Quick did from last season, who ended up finishing third in the end. I'm going to go to you first, Stoneshuffle, thoughts?
Well, again, I was going to say this is a driver. Again, I don't know a great deal about, but I know obviously first time TP. So, in my book, if you're putting yourself forward for that, then that's a really good thing and shows that you're right engaged in the league and you're looking forward to another good season. So, I'm going to need to take your lead on this one because again, it's not a driver I know that well.
Honestly, what are you here for?
I know. I'm sorry.
Nah, you're all good. You're all good. Honestly, Lynx, he is a good lad. He's a hard worker. He's recently offered to offer some support on some background and stuff that we work on as well, which is quite nice. I think the best piece of advice I can give to Lynx, if you are listening Lynx now or if you're listening back later on, is you've got to keep your head calm when you're racing. And when you're not racing as well, because the last thing you want to do is explode in the chat or explode other people in VC or whatever. You keep yourself calm and trust me, you can do well as leading a team because I know what you're capable of and I know what you can do. It's just about keeping level-headedness at times, I think. So that's the only advice I give to you on that one, but I think he's got a good chance to do well here. I genuinely do.
That's sound advice, and as someone that often suffers from verbal rage during the course of a race, like I can very much suggest the mute is the best thing to do.
100%. I just read the chat and Smidsy said, I'll buy Alpine with a 6-pack of Space Raiders, 3 Kit Kat Chunkies and a fresh bottle of milk. I mean,
as a bid, that's probably one of the most bizarre bids I've ever seen.
I mean, The fact that he's got a bottle of milk, not even a carton of milk, you know, he's gone proper.
This is true. We've suddenly dropped into the 1950s.
Oh, right. We are on to team what? This would be team 5? Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, that'd be 5. Oh, we've done. Yeah. Okay, so next one is Aston Martin. Mr. I Taplin that. Now I'm coming to you first again because you were part of that Aston Martin team last season. And obviously you raced with Taplin for a little bit as well.
Indeed, yes. So I think I don't want to come down on checks because I think he did a really good job last season, but pretty much the only way is up for the Aston Martin team, I think. Weirdly about that one team and myself, I think there's only 2 seasons I've ever driven an XL and not been selected for the Aston Martin team, which is, please don't pick me for Aston Martin. No, I'm only kidding. So Taplin, again, a driver who's been around for some time, really competitive. When I say competitive, an absolutely solid competitor, who's driven right the way up and down the league, sharp ends, mid-pack, beginning down at the lower ends of the divisions. And I think that just shows that he'll have a great experience that he can bring and share with his team when he puts them together. So I guess the first target will be to beat that 950 points for last season, which I have absolute confidence that he'll be able to do. What do you think?
Yeah, I have to admit, I think, a lot of what you said is quite fair. I think he will probably be able to do quite well in terms of running the team, motivating the team. The only thing I would genuinely say to Taplin on this would be I wouldn't just go with your DRL lads, because I know that the DRL lads like to stick together. I would maybe, consider others as well. Is all I'm going to say about that part, because I know that there was a comment in the chat. But the one thing I will say about Pete, and I think this is, we talk about momentum in league racing. I don't know if there's a driver with more momentum at the moment than there is with Taplin in the league at the moment. I think the way that he ended last season in terms of driver pace, I think he's going to lead the team from the front this season. That's what I will say on that one. He does have a driver and overall constructors championship as well, by the way. So yes, I haven't had a chance to do my notes fully. So but I'm just chucking that out there, Pete, as a general thing. But I think if I'm putting any money on a potential championship winner, he's going to be one right in there. I don't even know what the divisions look like right now, but keep an eye on him. That's all I'll say.
100%.
Right. So we have got 3 proper teams left, apparently, according to the chat. I'm looking at that. So let's move on next, and it is the Sauber. Kind
of least surprising revelation of the evening, probably.
I think so. That's the thing. I'm trying to think of things to say about Sauber, and there's not really a lot you can say. Don't like the
green
car. Yeah. Go on. Go crazy.
The car's half black. I'm kind of running out of things to say. They don't have enough sponsors.
I'm going to say something, and it might piss off people, and I'm not really too bothered. I genuinely believe this is the most overrated car in terms of liveries on the grid. People looked at it and went, "Oh, that looks really nice," and actually, it looks horrendous. I think
You think? I actually like this. I actually like it.
The potential they had with the green and black combination was endless. They could have done so much more with that livery, and I think that they absolutely just mucked it right up.
It kind of does make you wonder if they ran out of budget when they were painting it green, doesn't it?
That's it. They sort of got halfway on green and then just stopped. And it's like, well, if they had done different idea, they could have made that car look so much nicer. Even in real, I know people like it in real life and that, but I think that that's my opinion on that car. In terms of the season, last season didn't do well. 2/3 of the team abandoned the team. Yeah, I think, yeah, free agent team this season. If I'm a free agent, I'm not driving that car. Put it that way. I'll give it nice and simple.
Well, there we go, everybody. You heard it here first. Taz to Sauber.
Taz not to Sauber. Taz to retire before Taz to Sauber. Right, which means we have got 3 teams left. We have got RB. We have got Haas. And we have got, next up on the list, Aston Martin. And it is...
No, not Aston Martin.
That guy. Not Aston Martin. Mercedes, sorry. Mercedes. Because it's green. That guy.
Fantastic. It pretty much sums it up for me.
Yeah, okay.
I'm really looking forward to
Next
seeing
team.
what Barnes can do.
On you go. Give a proper review.
Well, I mean, what can you say? The guy's one of the real pillars within the XL community, and I think the fact that he's not been a TP for the last few seasons means well, it's a bit beyond me that he hasn't been. So I'm really, like, honestly, this is probably my favorite TP choice here in Barnes. I am really looking forward to this, and I know I said before, but honestly, pick me. I'll do a good job for you. I'm supposed to do that.
I think the chat kind of says it all in the fact that, you know, there's multiple people shouting yes, and then also I think, who was it? There was someone that just shouted about time. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. It's just like, yeah. I think yeah, it's been a matter of when rather than if for Barnes. I think he's had. I think the one thing I'll say about Barnes, I think he's had a luxurious time in XL in terms of who he's raced for. And I don't mean that in terms of, you know, he's raced for me, but like he raced for Hake, he's raced for Lightshock, I'm sure he raced for somebody else as well. So he's had good team principles in pretty much every season that he's been in XL. So I think he's managed to gain an absolute ton of experience. And unfortunately he also raced for Slow Dog, so that was a bit of a, you know, problem. But, you know, can't all be perfect, can we? So but yeah, I genuinely...
That's the 5% he needs to work on.
Correct. I think that's it. So I think he's had the good exposure. So if he does really badly this season, I think from myself, Lightshock, Hake, and Slow Dog, Barnes going to look at himself because we've taught him enough. I'm just
we're having Go Barnes t-shirts made up, by the way. Just so you know.
It's going to be every week that see if he does a Sparrow and like week 1 ends up with 0 points across the board. I don't think he turns up on extra, and I genuinely don't think he does because I think he knows that the abuse will be unbearable levels. I genuinely believe that. But no, I'm happy for him. It's about time that he got into the pressure cooker, and yeah, he's got all of Hake's information. I mean, he's got a bunch of information from other people anyway. And you know, I've always said to him that if he does need to ask me questions, he can ask me questions. I won't answer them, but you can ask me. But yes,
wrong information.
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean Monaco set up 5? What? Right, so we have 2 teams left. We have the RB, or the Visa Cash App, whatever you want to call them these days. Pringles, M&Ms, yeah, pop-up car, and we have Haas.
Debit card overdraft.
Correct. Right, so it's time for the M&S Lemon and Lime car to come up next, and it is going to be the team principal of Steve, or Icon, or also Silks as he called himself as well.
Yes, we do need to nail down which of the 3 names you prefer to be called, because you seem to refer to yourself something different everywhere.
To be fair,
or you could just tell us how to pronounce AIQZN.
He did get called Steve by me because I was like, I ain't calling him AIQZN. I'm like, and then this was draft night last year. I started the whole Steve movement. That simple as that. Because I said let's just call him Steve, and then everybody just picked up on it and stuck with it since.
Well, it's genuinely funny. I think in the TT chat he was AIQZN. When he direct messaged me, he was Steve, and then when he applied, he was Silks. So is it just different personas?
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be. For those under a certain age, they have no idea what I'm talking about right now. But for those over, they know exactly what I'm talking about. So
yes, you're old, Taz.
Hey, so are you? You knew the reference. Right. Let's talk about him as an actual driver. So so I think last season he jumped around a little bit because he went up from Div 5 to Div 3 because he started in Div 5 and I think he dominated one weekend badly and then moved up to Div 3, and I think he was getting better and better, but as a person, very active in the Discord, very active across the league. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny you mentioned like the where they started, because I think Steve's probably done more TTs than everybody else in the league combined, because I think he started off with his, got quicker, did another TT, got moved, was getting quicker, is now done another TT for next season because he thinks he's quicker again. So in terms of the driver, it'll be really interesting to see where he ends out personally. But yeah, really active, and I'm sure he'll take that to team principal as well.
Well, if he's got quicker from the end of last season to this season, then that's going to be interesting, because I'm not speaking out here when I say that he was probably getting towards Hake, Sky, Chips and Davey in Div 3. I'm not saying he'd got there yet, but he was sort of getting to that point where his progress was huge. The biggest
I think the last couple of results of last season, he was getting to be right up there.
Yeah, and that was it. I think he had the only real issues he was having was obviously he went no TC. He did a lot straight away, but now he's starting to get used to the no TC, and he's starting to find that as well. So I think again could be an interesting one. I think maybe one to watch out for next season as a potential dark horse in a division. I'm just reading the chat, and it's
been so
gone.
Well, having been so recently through that development himself, he'd probably be pretty good at coaching some of the guys that he ends up picking for the team if they need some help along.
100%. And sometimes you need that just driving coaching rather than actually, what's the setup going to be? What are the little tips and tricks? You need just basic stuff of,
definitely. Yep.
This corner, you should be going this gear. Sometimes that helps massively with people. So,
seconds to be found.
Exactly. The chat is just full of Spurs abuse right now. I've got multiple people just saying fuck Spurs, fuck that guy, he's a Spurs fan, and then so
you get pumped.
Yeah, basically. Does that mean that he's going to go trophyless this season? Oh wait, no, that's Arsenal that does that, isn't it? So I'm going to get bites off of that one. I promise you that.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't mention much after the cup result the other day.
Do you know what? Them's the breaks. These things happen. Build a bridge and get over it. I'm genuinely not fussed about it. I'm kind of happy.
That's very big of you.
Honestly, the fact of the matter is this: we have already played. The fun fact before we move back to the F1 for a second, right? So Palace have played 38 games already this season. Yeah. Man United in this whole season will play 40 games. Yeah,
the lowest since 1914.
Ridiculous.
So you can tell which team I support, can't you?
Right, let's move away from the football then, quickly.
Yeah, let's go off it quickly.
Right, the last team and the one we've all been waiting for, Haas, because everybody wants to know about Haas. And you know what? Fun little fact for you before I click the button. Haas are the only only constructor that we have on the grid that hasn't won an overall constructors.
Yeah, so many times they're the free agent, aren't they?
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I looked at this and I thought, I want to do something about it. So, without further ado, I can confirm that Haas is not me, it's Brain Car.
I thought you said you wanted to do something about it. No, I think this is another really great choice. I think if there was somebody who is infectious with enthusiasm and really goes the extra mile for the league, then it's got to be Braincore. So I think this is a great choice for a TP in one of the teams.
Absolutely. I think the fact is he, for part of last season, sort of said that he was helping, with the running of one of the teams as well, and the team he's involved in. And he's definitely developed from the last team he was a team principal. I think he's definitely in a much better place. Just very quickly, just to deviate for a second, Chaz, I did put a tag in the McLaren Discord to say that I wasn't going to go for team principal this season because of the fact that Ancient was going for team principal, and I would rather back him than go against him. So, just saying that. Sparrow gets 10 out of 10 for the trolling of the terrible spelling against Bray. Just making that part clear. But yeah, I think in terms of activity, there isn't a more active person in XL than him. And I think, infectious is the right word. He's very much, you can't go wrong with him. He's a great lad. And also, yeah, I think somebody who will put so much effort into trying to make the team better. So, very much looking forward to that. And I'm hoping that Bray can actually get maybe, a little bit lucky with the draft for a change and potentially challenge. I'm not saying he's going to win it, but, at least make things. He's had the Discord made for 3 months. Oh my god. What?
Oh my goodness. What?
Well, that's an interesting one. Okay, well.
What, team name and everything? You knew a lot in advance.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, could you imagine if he didn't get Haas after all that?
Oh, I know. Heartbreak. Now we're only kidding, Bray. You're actually in the Sauber. Sorry.
Yeah, you have to listen to the stones in a washing machine, so it's all good. Horrendous. Okay, so that is our team principle. So I'm just very quickly going to try and go back through them. Yeah, there we go. Go back to the top just quickly. So quickly, one more time for anyone who did miss. So we've got Slow Dog in the Ferrari. We've got Ancient Chap in the Red Bull. We've got Hake in the McLaren. We have got Alpine as a free agent team. We have got Lynx Adventura in the Williams. We've got Taplin in the Aston Martin. We've got, try it again, Sauber, Kick, Stake, whatever you want to call them, in as a free agent team. We've got Mr. Barnes in the Mercedes. We have got Steve in the RB, and we have got Bray and Car in the Haas. Now, while I'm just fixing things, change that to be right back. There we go. Right, very quickly, you guys can still hear us, obviously. Who are you backing as a very, very, very early prediction?
I want to go with the choice of the heart, and I want to go for Barnes.
Nice. Okay.
And I think an honourable mention will go for Bray and Taplin.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go a lot more biased, and I'm going to say Ancient. I think Ancient, or I'm going to say Hake to retain. I'm going to be controversial.
Oh,
there's only
pressure,
ever been one person to retain the overall constructors.
Oh, let me guess. It was you.
Damn right it was.
Of course it was you.
You want to know something even better?
You've done it multiple times.
No, I won it 3 in a row. Yeah, I don't know how I did that.
So welcome everybody to the Taz show, formerly known as F1XL.
Listen, you can't teach greatness, so these things just happen.
Oh man, honestly.
You love it, really. There we go.
Right, literally everybody has to back Hake now. We've got to take this record off Taz.
Honestly, I remember the last time that somebody said they were going to go for it back to back, right? Because I am a petty man at times, I applied for team principal with the sole aim of stopping them from winning the overall. They end up finishing second that season behind me.
Wow, that is petty.
So yeah, just right. Good news. I have got the calendar up. So, thanks, Greeners. If I go back to that one, and we should have that. There we go. Heck, we're talking like years ago. Like single-digit seasons. Put it that way. That's how long ago it was. I think it was. I can't remember if it was 6, 7, and 8, or 7, 8, and 9. It was one. I think it was 6, 7, and 8 was the seasons I won it back to back. But yes, right. Very quick. Hey, I've been here since we were the old name. Put it that way. So, you know what? As a little bit of fun, I'm going to quickly take my jumper off. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to just
hopefully there's no video with it.
Just going to ask the chat very quickly. What track would you like first on the calendar, and what track would you not like?
Vietnam.
Stack off Monaco. First Belgium, not Miami. Sochi. Vietnam. Do you know what, right? If I was to pull one old track back, I know what one I would pick, and no one said it yet.
Malaysia.
Yes. 100%.
Yep, I love Malaysia. It's a great track.
That, or I'm going to go really far back when I say this. Magny-Cours. I loved racing Magny-Cours in the old F1 games.
I don't think I can even remember the layout of Magny-Cours, to be honest. It's been that long, and again, you're showing how absolutely ancient you are. I don't think they've raced there since the mid-90s.
I think you'll find it was like 2007 or 2008.
Oh, really? That recently?
Yeah.
Or was it European Grand Prix one year?
I'm sure it was. Hold on, let me find out. I'm sure one of the absolute nerds in the chat will be like, "Oh, it was last raced on the 27th of June, 2007." 2008. There you go. See, yeah, it was because I remember watching the season that Hamilton and Massa had their battle. I'm sure it was that season that I remember watching the race. So yeah, that's right. But yeah, I think that New Hockenheim wouldn't be too bad. I enjoyed that track.
Yeah, Turkey's pretty good.
Turkey, India, that one was just...
Again, it's another one I don't really remember because it was only a couple of seasons. It was in F1, wasn't it?
It was bloody, what's his name? Seb Vettel. He just owned the India Grand Prix.
Yeah, it was double diffuser era, wasn't it?
Yep. Let's not do Korea though, because that Korea track was just... I remember that track. It basically had a 1.1 mile straight, and it was literally like not even a good long straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So let's go on with this. And round one, the opening race of the season, is going to be none other than Monza. The exact same opening race for last season. Honestly, I looked at this and I was like, "You're joking me."
Well, I guess if anything, we'll get the Turn 1 chaos over at the start of the season.
Yeah, I just laughed. It's all I did. I didn't even react. But I just laughed loudly, and that was it. So yeah, so back to back Monza openings for the new season. Right, we'll go through this. We'll do a couple of rounds and then we'll talk about them. It might go Imola, Singapore, US. Just saying. And then if it does that, I'm on the wrong spreadsheet.
Replicate completely last season. And we're just going to copy everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So a really short stream tonight, guys. We're just doing last season, okay?
Yeah, that's it. Right, bye. Right, round 2 is none other than Belgium. Now, as a combination for the first 2 races of the season, I don't mind that.
Yep. 2 pretty low downforce tracks there.
Yeah. But totally different in the way you drive them, you know?
Yeah, mega tire wear at Belgium.
Exactly. But it's so much fun. If you nail Sector 2 at Belgium, it's so satisfying. But yeah, strong start. And then first sprint race of the season is at Shabby Dabby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how a sprint works there.
I think a sprint race would be not too bad around here, to be honest. It might be because I've got some slight bias because I'm on this screen right now because I have multiple wins at this track. But
oh, get it out!
Yeah.
Get it out.
Hey! This isn't my only appearance. That's all I'm going to say.
Go away, round 3. Go.
But Chaz, just you wait. Trust me, you're about to see a Taz come up multiple times. Jamie, listen to that old thing. This is since season 20, not since like the start. Since season 20. Thank you very much. But yeah, I very much. Yeah, I definitely didn't change the bit where it says since that. So next one, Japan.
Thank goodness. An actual downforce track. See, this is what I favour is more the downforce tracks. I'm not really that fond of the tracks where this game you have to run the absolute minimum of downforce. So I'm glad to see Japan's on there.
I'm trying to remember why I missed this race. There was a reason why I missed this race, and I generally can't remember. But yeah, it might be because I was drinking with Scotsman the night before. I can't remember if that was that weekend or not. But there was a race where me and him got pretty hammered, and I had to drive home the next day. But yeah,
a good night that.
Oh, listen, we'd won a tournament that day, and then I drove down and I was like, I'm in no state to like. I was probably just legal by the time that I drove back, but that way I had to have like a very strong breakfast to be sure.
A strong breakfast.
Yeah, strong breakfast. So you're talking like double, double egg, double sausage, double bacon. Oh, right. And yeah, we stayed around the park so my little one could run around for a bit as well. So yeah, that does make sense. Right, next one. Round 5 is China. We did not race China last season. I am very happy because as you can see there, amazingly, I have the most wins since season 20. I've won 3 out of the 4 times we've done this track, which is great.
Yeah, this won't be a popular opinion with you, obviously, because you're such a fan. But I think of all the actual proper race circuits, I think this is the least good one. Probably not because of the way the track is, but just the way it is on this game. I don't know. It's like for some reason it's like really low grip and it makes it feel a bit weird. But for a lot of drivers, that's where their strength is. It's just not mine. So I look forward to seeing you win that one, Taz, again.
Well, I think I've won. I've like including sprints. There's only one time I've not won at China since season 20, which I just think is ridiculous.
Yeah, we need to put somebody decent in the social lobby with you on Sunday.
If I'm racing, because I'm not decided, I might take a bit of a break on that one, just for this weekend. Bray, just let's not look at the track map for that, because I have definitely not had the chance to sort absolutely everything out with that one, shall we say? Because I'm pretty sure on a couple of other slides I've actually just deleted stuff altogether in terms of the track maps, which is
that'd be awesome. We're doing Japan again.
Yeah.
Woo!
Back to Japan. More Japan. Hi, Lynx. Hey. Plane's about to take off. I mean, interesting. Have a nice flight.
Yeah. Enjoy your trip.
Yes.
Just remember to be back for the start of the season.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so after China, we go on to ridiculously another one of the tracks we didn't do last season. Why is that? I deleted that off of there. Stuff it. You know, Japan's map will be on there for all of them now. I guarantee you. For the three that we didn't do last season, I guarantee you they're all there. But yeah, Qatar next.
Oh, I feel like loaded up Japan every weekend just for the lobby, just to wake people up.
Do it. The shit house rave. 4 weeks of Japan in a row.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Like, I don't know what to make of Qatar. It's one of those ones that, yeah, tire wear is horrendous around here. Always has been. A lot of people don't enjoy it.
I absolutely adore this track. I think it's brilliant because it's so technical, and you have to really be in a rhythm. If you can keep it clean and keep the penalties down and look after I can't remember which of the corners is the real nasty one. I think it might be the front left. If you can look after that, then you're on for a really good result.
Yeah,
the driver can really make a difference there.
100%. I think it was Dixie. Me and him had an absolute humdinger in the social at the start of this game. Thoroughly enjoyed racing with him, and you know, I do enjoy this track because I have got 2 wins on this track. Hilariously, right? We've done this, and there's not a single person who's had more than 1 pole position around this track. I find that incredible.
Doesn't surprise me, really.
It does a little bit because then we've run it quite a few times, but yeah, there you go. So, move on to the next one, and it is hilariously the third track that yeah, we're doing Japan again.
wait, Japan.
I don't know why the Japan map's just appearing. It's like it's stuck there because honestly, I deleted the track maps off of those ones on purpose because I hadn't. Yeah, go on.
I think this is great that this is back on the calendar this year. I think this is an absolutely brilliant track. I don't say that about many of the street circuits, but yeah, this is great.
This is just a fun one. You feel like that you're always driving it like, you know, full adrenaline the whole time.
Yep. It's literally like you're pushing really hard and you're always one slight miscalculation out of throwing it in the wall.
Yeah. Again, I love this track, but you know, hilariously, right? 3 tracks that weren't on the calendar last season are the 3 tracks I'm most successful at. It's like all 3 of them have got the most wins since season 20, and all 3 of them weren't on the calendar last season. Like, you are taking the absolute piss. But yeah, I genuinely, I think this is probably like top 5 for me track on the calendar, if not slightly higher, but everyone knows where my true love is. That will come to that one soon, hopefully. Right, round 8, and it is none other than Japan. Wait, no, sorry, force habit. Austria.
Yay! That's about all I've got to say about Austria.
It's a very
it's a bit vanilla for me.
Yeah. for those who are not aware of what Guinness is referencing, there is a video which I will find and potentially get it put on TikTok, for example, and other social media platforms. But yeah, it's Greener spinning in the pit lane and then going, "Oh no, I've been disqualified." For spinning in the pit lane and blocking the pit lane, he got disqualified for it. To tell you how long ago it was, he was still driving in a Renault.
Well, that actually sounds like quite a feat and difficult to achieve. So well done on that, Greeners.
We found it hilarious at the time, and yeah. I remember that weekend, there was 2 people that did a hilarious thing, but just because of his voice, like in the clip, we remember that one a lot more. But there was another driver as well who no longer races in XL, who was winning the race, and on this penultimate corner was like, "I'm about to win the race," and then spun on the penultimate corner in the wet and went down to about P5. Oh yes, and
Oh,
the incident that happened with Greeners was because Keith damaged his Scotsman damaged his front wing, exiting the pit lane, and Greeners was laughing at Scotsman for this, and then that happened. It was like the levels of karma was
I was
just
going to say karma. Yeah.
top tier karma. So yeah. Right, let's go on to the second sprint race of the season, and it is none other than Britain. Now, I'm very happy for this. Sprint race around Silverstone. How can you not love that?
Delighted. Absolutely delighted. Great track. Even one of the few tracks that I find good to drive in the rain as well.
Yeah, I think it's difficult to find many people that won't like a sprint race at Silverstone. It's just it's like iconic track, good layout. I know people like the old layout of Silverstone, but I do prefer the new layout, and I'm going to be that guy. I know the old layout where you know under the bridge.
I was watching a classic race the other day, and it's interesting to see like the old layout versus what we now know as Silverstone. And while the old track was good, nah, it doesn't compare. Like Club's so much better than it used to be, I think.
100%, and I feel like that. Debatably, it's like I would probably say it's the most entertaining race we get in a season. Most seasons, like it's not often you'll turn around and get a boring British Grand Prix.
Yeah, 100%. You always get a chance of a bit of rain halfway through the race.
Oh, that 25 race was just special. I'm just waiting on Greeners to pipe up going, oh, Nico Hulkenberg got a podium in that race. Because, he... That's also how he sounds, by the way, just if you've never spoken to Greeners before. It's like, oh, hello, my name's Greeners.
I feel bad for him.
I'm going to get absolute dogs from him later on. Right, on to round 10, and it is Canada. The first...
I think quite rightfully Green has asked if you're okay.
No, that's what he also said. He goes, are you okay?
Oh, that's really... Oh my goodness.
Yes, he actually does say it in that way. I've got a clip of him doing it if you want me to play it. The first North American track of the calendar, and it is Canada.
Yep, another great track. Good to see it on the calendar. Plenty of opportunity for overtaking. Again, pretty technical, particularly through the first sector.
Yeah. Sorry, I read the chat again. The reason he said that is because he knows that I can play it. I think it's one of those tracks. It's not bad. I enjoy racing it. I do find that it is one of those tracks though where if you're off the pace for like any time at all, you can find that the gaps build very quickly. Like I tend to find that you have maybe groups of cars in this like DRS trains, but there'll be like 25-30 seconds between the trains, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's it. It's like that a lot of the tracks, unfortunately, in this era of F1, isn't it? If you lose that DRS, then you're pretty much stuck in no man's land. I think the one thing I would say about this track is there does seem to be something that goes a bit wrong in some drivers' heads when they're racing this track, and they can be a little bit ambitious with the space that's available. I've seen more incidents than I can count this track.
Yeah, let's not talk about Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris or Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton.
Indeed. All you need to do is look at the real life. Yeah,
exactly. Or Sebastian Vettel being robbed of a race victory because of, We'll talk about that one though. Right, round 11. And we are going round 11 to the best track on the calendar. Come at me, bro. Come at me.
Oh, Singapore. No. It's my favourite.
Good.
Although, no. I put an asterisk on that, though. It was even better before the changes. The changes I really can't get on board with because they took away a whole section that was really difficult to get right.
Sector 3, the amount of technical ability that's been lost from that Sector 3 is just annoying. I completely agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah, but still, it's still a great challenge, and like it was. I was actually fortunate enough the year I qualified for the ASR to do it at Singapore, which was a great experience as well. Particularly as it was entirely a wet race, which was
Oh, it was torture.
exhausting.
It was. I remember coming off of that and literally like, because obviously the track as well. Like I often say when we're doing the ASR, it's like you need to drink a lot of liquids when you can. And I remember finishing that race and like probably doing like a liter of water in about like 90 seconds. I was just like so dehydrated because it was a warm ASR as well, from what I can remember. Because like I say warm ASR, we do like a Christmas ASR and a summer ASR. Basically, I'm sure that was a summer one, was it not?
I'm pretty sure that was a summer one, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know exactly what you're saying. If anybody's like me, then they're just absolutely roasting while they're racing. And when you got that much concentration going on for a full race distance, you are literally burst. It gives you like 5% of an idea what it might be like for a real F1 driver.
Oh yeah. Like fair play to the guys who do it in real life, but I'm happy sitting at my house doing it instead. So.
Yeah, with like 5 fans blasting me.
Just, what's that noise? It's my bloody fan now, shut up. Right, on to round 12, and it is going to be Australia season finale last season. And Triangular Game or Triangular Lemon, sorry, he's like, I'm waiting for my name to pop up. There you go. Your name is on the screen. Weird one last season, actually, in the fact that we had the same winner in as pole position in Div 5, Div 4, and Div 3. Doesn't happen that often, and then you get it 3 times in the same weekend. I like this track. I think I know people. Some people don't like the changes. I don't know who they are because they're weird, but I think the change that they've made in Sector 2 has made racing better. But at the same time, I also feel like it's a little bit overpowered with just how much there is in terms of DRS as well. I feel like that we probably need less DRS because don't think that map is right. Because if I'm right in saying this track's got 4 DRS zones, is that right?
Yeah, it's very difficult to break ahead and break that DRS on this track because of that.
Yeah,
like absolute nightmare. But yeah, there's two at the start of the lap, isn't there? And then there's before the fast chicane on either side of that is DRS too.
Yeah, so that's what means you've got technically 4 DRS points on this track, and it's a bit much, but
it's too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I still, obviously I know DRS is gone now, but I believe that what they should have done is they should have had a limit of no more than 2 DRS zones per track, regardless of the track.
I could get on board with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And contrary to what my feelings about Singapore, I think, like you've said, I think the changes to this track have really, really made it much better. Obviously, it's much more flowing through the middle of the lap, but they also made some subtle changes to that right-hander at the end of the straight after the fast chicane, and that's just so much nicer to take now. That was an absolute nightmare before.
Yeah, they've allowed you to actually have proper overtake opportunities there because it was not overly tight, but it was still a tight corner to take. But now you can go through there too wide and still be able to, actually have fun through there. But Arnie's that weird guy. There you go. We found him.
Yeah, there's always one.
Yep. Lemon, you're absolutely spot on. New Australia is better. New Singapore is worse. Totally right. Right. We have got round 13 next, and round 13 is Hungary. Just like me. Num 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 num. Because I haven't done it yet, but this is a love-hate track for some people, I think. If you're a downforce merchant like me, yeah.
And me.
Yeah. Go on, see what you're going to say.
I love this track. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Again, it's highly technical and the downforce levels are, if not maximum, close to. So I just think this is a great circuit. And again, it comes down to the consistency that you can lap in. Honestly, it's such a good circuit.
Oh yeah. It's a difficult one to overtake in, as you mentioned, and I think if you make an overtake in an awkward position, you always feel much more like satisfied for the overtakes than you would do, and maybe say just down in DRS Straight, for example, and other tracks. So, like for example, one of the overtakes I remember really well from last season was Hungary, because I overtook Adske going through turn 14, so last corner, around the outside. Or was it? No, it was turn 12. Sorry, I overtook him around the outside, and then stuck it on the inside on 14, kept the position, and then into turn 1, I overtook 2 more people. So the 2 corners. Like, I remember Bonta and Steve after the race were both shouting me like, "Why did you go for that move? Why did you?" I was like, because the position was there. So I didn't do them on the inside at turn 1, and they just shouted at me. I was like, you know what? You were there to be overtaken, but yeah, it's those kind of things. Like, I feel like overtakes at certain tracks you remember more, and I feel Hungary is one of those because it is such a difficult track to make the moves on. But yeah, technical, tough, and I think it's a real test of endurance at times as well. Especially again, if you can break clear at the front, you're in laughing world, because if you can get a slow car between you and others, aka Chetty half of last season in Div 3.
Yeah, quite often these are good races if there's the absence of a safety car and you've got the leading cars of pit. It can be really challenging for those guys to get through the pack that haven't stopped, who've maybe gone with the hard tyres to begin with, and it can be a whole extra feature to the race that makes it really just that bit more interesting.
Absolutely, and sometimes it does make people go, you know what, I'm going to have to go really long on these tires so I don't get caught in the pack potentially.
Yep.
Right, on to round number 14 next, and it is the next sprint race. And it is Brazil.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And there's Triangular Gamer back again. Sorry, I've just seen Arsenal just scored. That just appeared on my screen. I'm not watching football or anything, but yeah, I think we've had a really good luck so far with these sprint races, to be honest. Abu Dhabi,
yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Not entirely sure on. I think Abu Dhabi is a really good sprint race. You've got Silverstone as the second sprint race, and then you've got Brazil as the sprint race as well. That's 3 good tracks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the tracks where you can actually think about making overtakes, which is obviously the biggest thing about a sprint race, because you don't want it just to be race from start to finish as quick as you can without getting close to each other. I love Brazil. It's a great track. One of these ones that on this game, it seems to be really close in terms of times, particularly in qualifying between the divisions. So it can throw up a few unexpected results, I think.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna lie, I might have this one wrong, but I was going on notes, and it was a rush job the last couple. So if there is anything wrong, I apologise. But yeah, things happen. Round 15.
Well, it can't be right that Arnie's on equal top wins.
Yeah, I don't think it's right for that one, to be honest. Round 15, Baku. Street track. Okay. Listen, that could have been the sprint race.
Yes, that's very true. That is very true. It's one of these funny ones. I like personally, I often go quite well there, but again, I'm just not a very particularly big fan of the tracks where you have to go ultra low on the downforce to be competitive. I prefer to have a car that drives nicely as well as quick.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Baku, but he's absolutely like fanning the fire with his comments, because him and Davey, I think, finished, it was like a tenth of a second, a couple of tenths of a second at most. I think it was a tenth of a second, and yeah, Hake was weaving towards the line, I think.
Ooh.
Yep. And there was some complaints, but it was deemed legal. So yep, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So but yeah, that was I'm not a Baku fan myself, but I understand why people are. It's a bit too stop-starty for me, if that makes sense. Like a lot of right angles for no reason.
Yeah, I think I would enjoy it more if you were just able to run a bit more downforce, so the middle of the lap was a bit nicer to drive. but obviously you're having to defend and go for those overtakes on that massive straight. So you really can't afford to run any more downforce than the minimum, can you? Really?
No, and that's it. You can't run negative downforce, but if you could, you probably would on this track. Right, we move on to round 16. And it is the Nederland proper driver's track.
Yep. Another big one I'm a big fan of. It shares a lot of characteristics with Hungary, really.
Yep. It's like a faster Hungary, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a combination of sort of Hungary because it's quite difficult to overtake, but also, quite technical. But I also feel like a little bit of Qatar in there as well. Oh god, Greeners is referencing all these things, and yeah, I wouldn't say too much about that, but yeah, Netherlands. I have had many fun races around this. I remember like racing Greeners, probably season like 19 or something, and I genuinely think that there was a point where he was like 2.8 seconds behind me and I had a 3-second penalty and I came around the final corner and I crossed the line and Greeners just wasn't there. And on the final corner, it's like, or the penultimate corner, he just spun it and lost the car. And I was like, Greeners, I was like, fucking lost it, didn't I? Because it was one of those races where it's like, it was 2.83 seconds, 2.83 seconds. It was like proper on the cusp, the whole, like, sort of the last stint. It wasn't just like the last lap. It was probably like 7 or 8 like laps of consistently like that. And then there was another one where I finished first and third place was 0.2 behind me. And that was on track, not on like penalties. That was like the three of us crossed the line at the same time.
Yeah, just that close. Yeah, I really like the fact that turn one's really open as well. So there's good opportunity for a clean overtake into turn one, which is good.
It's even that if you get a good run out of turn one potentially, it's that nice little run up to turn 3. I think it is the sort of the bank left-hander. If you get a little run, you can go for move down the inside and do it right, or you can do Kimi Antonelli. You decide, but
Yeah, if you go for one of the different lines through there, you can find a bit of grip out wide.
Absolutely. Right. Well, I realize I haven't written the words on the last slide, but Slowdog's excited because he can very well. Honestly, the man. I've never
but you drive in
like...
chase cams, so nobody's gonna listen to you.
Yeah, but he had like 9 or 10 pole positions last season and won like 2 races from pole. I think it was no one race from pole position, and he had pole position like a lot of the time. It was quite funny. When he didn't get pole position, he would win races, but when he did get pole position, he wouldn't. It's insane, but it's still not drives and chase cam chats. That's it. Just making that clear. Right. So the next one is actually the season finale, and it is going to be Bahrain.
Interesting.
Yes, we've avoided a season finale at Monaco, as I genuinely feared might have been the case. But yeah, we are finishing the season in Bahrain, which I thoroughly enjoyed Bahrain last season, to be honest. My teammate, I've never seen anything like it. No disrespect to the lad, like him. He was probably low end of the field for most of the season, turned up at Bahrain, and absolutely dominated Hake, Chips, and Sky. I mean, his pace, he was so quick, and I think the other guys are like, what the what's going on here? Who the hell is this guy turning up? And like no one expected him to be that quick. And he won the race. Blaze, you see his name there. He won the race, and to be honest, he deserved to win the race. It wasn't just like a fluke. He was just
it's one of these funny ones, Bahrain. It's if you were to ask me like for my top 3 sweat tracks where people just pound lap after lap, this will probably be top of the list. Like, it's just one of those tracks that everybody seems to race pre-season in most leagues, and if they're doing time trial, this is the first track they start on, and it's just, yeah. So I guess it's a good one for like throwing up an odd result like that here and there.
Yeah. It's a. Do you know what? It isn't a bad track. I think it is somewhat fun. The one complaint I have about Bahrain is I want them to put in the Bahrain loop. I think if we could have a race around the Bahrain loop, you remember what they did in season?
Yeah, when they put the extra
2020.
race in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sakir, was it?
Yeah. I would love to do that. Imagine how much fun that would be.
Yeah, from what I remember, it's quite tight track, that, and it's not. I'm not sure it suited the F1 cars particularly well, but they obviously had to do something, didn't they, to fill the calendar at the time. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
100%. Right. Which means we are missing out on, let me click the button. America, fuck no.
I love that they've gone from 3 American races in a row to none.
I genuinely couldn't believe it at all, because I mean, out of those 4 tracks, the top right, bottom left, I'm not fussed about. I don't mind not seeing Miami. I don't mind not seeing Vegas. I genuinely enjoy Kota, and I genuinely enjoy Mexico.
Yeah, I'm not sad to see any of these off the calendar, to be perfectly honest.
And then the other 3, we've got an advert coming up. We have got an advert. Obviously, typical timing. But yeah, no Monaco. Yep. No, we can keep talking.
Yeah, I'm again not bothered by Monaco.
If I click that for a second, and then I can fix the whinging from these idiots. They're all whinging, be like, "Oh, there's track maps that shouldn't be there." I'm like, "I know they're not. They shouldn't be there. Trust me." Sorry, continue.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure I'm particularly fussed to not see Monaco on the calendar, but I'm a massive fan of Spain, and I'm kind of a bit gutted it's not on the calendar. Take or leave, Imola. So I think as a group of tracks between that and the first 4, I'm okay with them not being on. So I think we've got a really good calendar there.
I don't know why that's still showing that on there, but okay. On my screen right now, I don't have the track maps, but on there it does for some reason. So, yeah, what the hell's going on with this? Yeah, 1 second, right? Let me just. Why is that now not changing? Right, 1 second. We have some technical issues here because being fun. Right, do that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Right, there we go. Try that. Press button. Okay, it's working now. Race stream. Add over. Right, there we go. So yeah, Kota, Miami, Vegas, Mexico, Imola, Spain, and Monaco. That is your 7 tracks that are missing for this season. Obviously, chuck in the chat, what ones are you most disappointed to be seeing not there? Stoneshuffle has said he's disappointed about Spain. I'll be honest with you, the 3 on screen right now, I'm not that bothered about. But I feel like out of the 7 that we're missing, I think Mexico is probably the one that I probably will miss, and that might be partially because I had a really good race in Mexico last season. But like, I think Spain, I got absolutely murdered at turn 1, and then it never recovered from there.
Yeah, I get like a lot of the lap at Mexico is quite nice to drive, but I can never get over that stadium section, that they couldn't come up with something better than that. Oh, it's just awful.
Yeah, I'm in agreement on that part. I don't like the stadium section part, but I don't know what it is. I just do well there. And then, yeah, like to say, Vegas can do one. I'll be honest.
100%.
Vegas can do one. I don't believe it belongs on the calendar anyway. I know we had the ASR around there, and it wasn't a bad ASR to be fair. It was a good ASR, but like, yeah, I just nah. It can do it as a track. Same with Miami. I think Miami could be so much better. And you think about the real tracks that they've got in America, and they decided to make Miami. That's just
It's pretty clear that they were designing that track in a finite space, and they literally ran out of room and had to do that stupid little section at the back before the long straight and just fit it in somehow, and that's what they came up with. I can't like it's just crazy to me that they thought a modern F1 car would go well going through that section.
exactly.
Nuts.
And I mean, we've been racing there how many seasons now? Is this fourth season or fifth season we've been racing at Miami? Fourth season?
Yeah, and we've got a lot more to go.
Yeah. And I genuinely don't know if I can mention a good Miami race in real life. And to be honest, on the game either, because I hate the track in the game as well, but that's personal bias at that point. Like Kota, I think Kota's not a bad track. I think Kota's a good track. And I can name at least one race that we've had an absolute banger, which was the one where Kimi Räikkönen won by like a second. The one where Kimi Räikkönen got third place and Verstappen got a penalty for cutting the corner.
Yep.
You know, no, there are Kota races that I can remember. Even was it last season or the season before where George Russell and Max had the battle, where Thingy got pushed off the track. Russell got pushed off track.
Yeah, when they were all the debate about the rules was going on about what was okay and what was not okay, and obviously Max being Max was pushing the letter of the law all the way to the very widest interpretation, literally.
100%. But yeah, I think you could argue that it's down to age of the track, but I think ultimately with Kota, Kota's still quite a young track in comparison, but it's a very good track. And then you look at like the bullshit of Miami and Vegas. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I would always pick a traditional circuit over a street circuit in terms of if you had to pick a load of races, and so Kota obviously falls within that category. I think for me it's just a personal one because I am absolutely terrible at
it. Bring back Indianapolis. I mean, Indianapolis was good to an extent. I think there's better tracks in America they could go for, but the problem is some of them are too bumpy.
Yeah, like I would love to see. What's it called?
Yeah, man.
It's the one with the corkscrew.
Laguna Seca.
Laguna Seca, but you just couldn't get a modern Formula One car around it because of exactly that.
Yeah.
And the corkscrew itself, you probably couldn't because the car would just beach probably.
Yeah. I mean, like,
but that's a
Road
track.
America would be one I wouldn't mind
Road
seeing.
America, yeah.
Watkins Glen. I think someone mentioned Road Atlanta as well. I think these are tracks that actually, are good racing tracks, but they are bumpy. And as Hake said as well, Hake's also did Road Atlanta right after I did. Yeah, a lot of them don't have grade 1, which is the biggest problem, isn't it? Because you've got to be a grade 1 track.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, right. I think we've done rather well with the stream tonight, and I think that kind of sums up everything. So I think I've got one last slide to just show the calendar as a whole. There you go. There's your calendar for the season. And honestly, I think that it's a decent calendar. If you were to ask me to take out any tracks from that, I don't know what I would take out. I'd probably Baku and honestly, probably just Baku in Italy. I think it. Yeah.
Yeah, Baku. I'd probably. Do you know what? I'd probably take out Austria just because I think it's just such a snore fest of a track. I'd take Imola over Austria any day of the week. But I think it's a banger of a calendar. I think it's really good, and I think it's got a great mix of setups. I mean, I saw a quick dead comment before that this game really does reward lower downforce setups, but there's definitely a mix that'll push towards some of the higher ones here, which is good.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And then the ones that are missing, I think, as I said, there's only 2 that I would have, but that would be the 2 I would swap out. If you swap one track in, what are you putting in?
If I was putting in one, I would put in Spain. And yeah, just because, again, it's a higher downforce track that is just my preference as a driver personally. But yeah, like I say, I think it's a really solid calendar, and I like the way the sprints have fallen. I think it'll be really interesting to see how the sprint works out in Abu Dhabi. I think Britain and Brazil will be a bit more of a known quantity, but it'll be, yeah, like I say, really interesting to see that as well. And I'm sure you're absolutely delighted to see China on there.
100%.
To be that guy.
100%. That run at China, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi, I'm going to be locked in.
So what you mean to say is if you're not doing well after that point in the season, your season's
over?
Yeah,
you won't see me like back on the thingy. That'll be me done for the season.
Nice.
Right. I'm going to call it there because I'm going to go get myself some food now, I think, anyway. But I think last things to say, obviously, thank you very much to absolutely everybody who has applied already and who is looking forward to the racing in the new season. Staff, as always, you're doing a great job. We're almost there. We're almost at the start of the season and we can sort of relax a little bit because this is a manic time. Sunday we have got a social race. It will be at China. I might race. I might just keep my cards close to my chest and not. We'll see. Decide when it comes. I think apart from that, only other thing I can really advertise is next Wednesday night is our draft night. We will have a draft sit down before then. The people who are involved in the selections will have all that ready, and then next Wednesday night we'll find out how many divisions there are and the draft selection order as well. So yeah, make sure you do not miss that one because I promise you it's always one of the best ones. So lastly, thank you very much, Stoneshuffle, for joining me.
Oh, great to be here.
Perfect. And yeah, I think apart from that, thank you very much, everybody, and everyone have a good night, and we'll see you guys later. Bye for now.
There.